Good guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. So we are testing new product against last year's product. We done it last week with the P790. Two very comparable products when you look at them, probably even when you hit them for the most part. And
that's what we saw.
We saw that. We did see that in the testing, that they were very, very similar. We understand the tech that's in there and understand the reasons for the tech that's in there, and our test, it showed out to be quite similar.
Yeah, and that's probably the nature of product development, is that year to year, maybe the jumps aren't huge. Sometimes they are, but over the course of 5, 6, 7 years, that's the person who's looking at their equipment. They'll see a bigger benefit. But for example, we're going to test these today. 1 year to the next product cycle, maybe not as much, and you may not want to spend your money on the upgrade.
That's right. And we tested these obviously up at Eagle's Nest, the TS2 and the TS3, and we liked them. We were impressed with them, but we were very keen to test them against the 818 product, which I think I've been very sort of open in saying that they were probably my favourite hybrids out there. I loved the H2 for the stronger player, faster ball speeds, looking for the slightly flatter flight. H1 was such a go-to for the guy who wanted to kind of flight it up a little bit, the wider body, sort of lower CG, further back, definitely increased that launch angle and was a little bit easier to use.
Right.
And TS2 and TS3, for the most part, haven't departed too much from that.
No.
So let's test them.
Let's find out.
Let's test them and see. So let's test it with your shaft in it, Matty.
Same one.
Tensei white.
Okay.
Let's go for 818H2 first. That's comparable with TS3.
Correct.
Both of them have the SureFit cartridge. Both has more weight in the toe. Better for you, that where that strike is located and your tendency to turn it over.
Keep the ball on the left side.
Yeah, and then we'll go to H1 versus TS2, and that's a bigger difference because we're dealing with more of a sort of a swing weight cartridge versus the CG cartridge.
Gotcha.
So that one is a little more different.
Okay.
Big, isn't it? It's got
Good.
that hot,
this thing
hot one in it.
just goes forever.
A pretty decent strike. It's that little tendency to spin at a fraction low.
And this club is more designed for someone looking to knock the spin off, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which it does quite well.
Yeah, I mean, if this was you and you were in a fit with me, Matty, I wouldn't say it was a bad club for you. I'd probably just lean you towards the 21 degree and kind of open and flatten it a little bit and just kind of go down that route.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's good. It just kind of wants to be a low draw, which is nice, but it's a rocket.
It is a rocket. Okay, let's throw on the TS3 and see if we've got any comparable sort of tendencies.
Okay. Yeah, it looks exactly the same at address.
Very similar profile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which I think some people will be quite pleased
with.
Well,
it was one of the better looking ones to begin with,
It was. That's nice. So seriously hot though.
Looked familiar to the ones we hit before, no? 3,000-ish spin.
Yeah, similar ball speeds. If you're trying to get more out of it, if you maybe struggle with distance and you hit fairwood quite a decent way and hybrid doesn't keep up, this is one you can really kind of get a bit more out of with the spin, launch and spin. It just, to be honest, to me it looks like a fairway wood.
Yeah, the flight is fairway.
Performing like a fairway wood. That launch and spin is exactly what a fairway wood.
So this will be for the person who spins it too much. Yeah. You don't want it if you're not a high spin player.
That's right. If you're a little steep, add a little too much dynamic loft, any of those sorts of things.
That was quite a good swing.
It's just hot though. I mean, that green's at 250, which is about the target. 250, 260 for you. Yeah. Is about what hybrid does. I mean, that's just long, 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 long. Huh. Does appear that TS3 is quicker.
Yeah, just a little bit more ball speed, isn't it?
It definitely would appear now. Our sample size is It's fairly small here, but
similar kind of swings and strikes. It's got
seems that way.
A couple mile an hour more in it, maybe.
Not even that, yeah. I mean, efficiency-wise, so it's more of an efficiency deal.
Oh, okay. 0.1, yeah, so not much.
Yeah, not a big thing. All right, 818 H1. Based on what we saw here, these should be, one of these two should be quite good.
Yeah.
The H1 or the TS2.
In terms of a fit, yeah, one of them would be.
Should just be a little bit higher, spin a fraction more. Maybe a bit more like your M6, you know?
Yep. Yeah, true. It does kind of look like that M6.
Okay, Matty. Wider bodied H1.
This is more my kind of style, I think,
is
for
it?
hybrid, yeah. Just looks a little bit easier to hit, to be honest.
I think the other one would be great if you're if you're out, if you play a little bit in windy conditions.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you want it to perform a bit more like a driving iron.
Yeah, good point. Would be a really good tee club, for sure.
Yeah. Sounds nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Ink? Oh, you moved the green. That's right.
What's that?
So you moved the green back.
I did.
I'm watching the number. I'm going, that's not right.
Moved it back a little bit. That's lovely.
That's a good one, eh? Yeah.
So good. I mean, I think this is a really good example of when a club fits someone and a club doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, this is a great,
it is.
Looking flight for you.
That, the H1, the TS3, again, I'm not saying they aren't good clubs, but something about the shape, I think, makes me want to almost swing up a little bit because the loft appears lower. There's something there.
Do you know, it's such a good point, and those are some little tricks that club fitters can use at times to influence delivery and sort of a much, much better delivery to this, and it's turning out to be the perfect result.
Yeah. Pretty good, a little toey.
I mean, 3 in a row, you've actually had a real chance of, coming awfully close to the stick.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, the first two were definitely the best, but those last two were good misses.
Yeah.
Just a little maybe high in the face, that last one, but
that
good.
last one looked as if it was because the angle of attack was a little up, it maybe was a fraction scrapey, so you lost a little bit of ball speed.
Makes sense.
Okay, so TS2, so a little bigger. This should be right in your wheelhouse, this one.
Yep. I like, again, it's kind of the same as the other one was. They're shaped the same. It's just the finish just looks different.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
It's booking me how far some of these hybrids are going now. It's just crazy. Bit more spin there. How is the strike in that?
A little low.
Okay, good. Seems like the lower ones perform.
Oh, they're so much better for me, yeah.
I know.
So much better.
That last one scared me just when it goes a groove higher and all of a sudden the spin dropped to 2800. I mean, we want it at 38.
Yeah. No, 100%.
That's good. I mean, look at your ball speed spike way up.
That's the fastest one yet?
Yeah. Come on back.
Yeah, it's looks
Lovely.
a lot like a couple of the ones we hit before.
That's nice. Okay, my man, good job.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
Very nice.
Really nice hybrids.
Really nice hybrids. Certainly wouldn't sort of say you're a natural fit to the TS3 and the H2, but the wider bodied H1 and TS2 are much more in your wheelhouse.
It's like such a perfect example of make sure you go for a fitting first, because I think I would have gone from the literature and said, okay, this is the type of person that uses TS3 is kind of like me, I should buy that. And it's not like it was bad for me, but it's not, I don't need currently that much kind of reduction in spin. So I think some of those shots would be cool off the tee, but I don't think into a green that would be serving you super well. And then obviously the wider one gets the ball up in the air just a little bit better. And it just sits a certain way for me. I just feel like I can kind of make a little bit, more stress-free swing and definitely more accurate.
Yeah. So there was, on the head-to-heads, there was more sort of ball speed coming out the slightly newer products. Yeah, it was interesting. So I think there's gains to be made with TS3 and TS2.
Yeah.
But from some of the deals I've heard of people talking about with the 818 sort of H1 and 2 now in the second-hand market, I mean, if you're looking to pick yourself up a bargain and sort of get some really, really competitive hybrids, I mean, like I spoke so highly of those ones last year over the last 2 years. I would encourage anyone who's on a bit of a budget to go and look at those.
100%. I mean, the bottom line is these were basically your favorite last year.
They were,
and that's thousands of fittings with all the boys and everything. The fact that they've improved on what was pretty much your favorite
is just added a little bit more protection.
Quite an accomplishment.
I know.
So yeah, I think they're definitely worth a look.
Definitely. Okay, guys, a little bit of food for thought. If you're in buying season, if you're out there looking at products right now, definitely give those a little look. They will stack up and perform up there with anything else out there. Okay, we'll see you again soon.